The January transfer window is fast approaching and Premier League teams will be looking at how they can improve their squad. One team that could well be active in the transfer market is Arsenal.Unai Emery replaced Arsene Wenger this summer and proceeded to splash out £71.1 million on 5 signings. Those signings have been successful as Arsenal have managed to collect 24 points from their opening 12 Premier League games. However, with the Gunners currently sitting in 5th place in the Premier League, Emery may feel the need to spend more in order to boost his side's chances of finishing in the top 4. Arsenal have often splashed out on players during the January transfer market, having made 11 permanent winter signings since 2009. But what exactly happened to those players? Arsene's career in North London started off well, but his performances soon tailed off. He left Arsenal in 2013 and went on to play for Kubin Krasnodar and in the Kazakhstan Premier League with Karat. He retired from football just a couple of days ago at the age of 37. Silva is yet another example of a young player failing to make the grade at a big club. Signed for £3.5 million in 2010, Silva would spend the majority of his time at Arsenal out on loan. He eventually left the club permanently in 2016 to join Fluminense. He was highly coveted from clubs across the world, but it was Arsenal that won the race for his signature. The tricky Japanese winger only made 7 appearances for Arsenal before leaving for St. Pauli in 2017. Signed from Dortmund in 2012, Azefield failed to make a single appearance for the Gunners before leaving for Fulham in 2014. He returned to Germany to play for VfL Bochum in the second tier of German football, where he has become an established first-team player. Finally, a good winter signing. Signed for £9 million from Malaga in 2013, Monreal has been a good servant to the club. He's made 222 appearances and scored 10 times in his 7-season spell with the club. Not the greatest of signings. Gabriel featured 64 times for Arsenal across 3 seasons, but he was never a reliable option in the middle of defense. He left for Valencia last August. Bielik has never featured in the Premier League for Arsenal, but there is still time for the Polish defender to make his mark. He's currently on loan at Charlton Athletic, where he has been impressive whenever called upon. Another winter signing who hasn't lived up to expectations. Signed from Basel in 2016, the Egyptian midfielder is now on the fringes of the first team and hasn't even featured in the Premier League this season. Possibly the most successful signing on the list. Arsenal broke the bank for the Gabonese international, paying a club record fee of £56 million for his services, and his performances mean that money was well spent. He's scored 19 times in 27 appearances for Arsenal so far and has formed a good partnership with Alexander Lacazette in attack. Mkhitaryan has been slightly disappointing since being signed by the club to replace Alexis Sanchez last season. He's struggled to establish himself in the first team and has scored just 4 times in 29 appearances. The Greek international is still in the early days of his Arsenal career, but impressed when called into the first team last season. He is yet to play this season and is currently out of action, having sustained a groin injury in October. Still, he showed enough last season to suggest he could well be a player to watch in the future.